As we head into Valentine's weekend, here's a question for couples out there everywhere. Are you and your significant other on the same financial page? You know, maybe that's not the first conversation you want to talk on a date, but Brian Pearson with American Benefits Exchange has some really good advice on how to approach that subject when you're ready. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. So when should you have that kind of talk?
Well, obviously, the sooner the better.
Okay.
It's a tough conversation
Right.
to have, and this is a great subject going into Valentine's Day weekend. You know, getting closer to your significant other and having that financial conversation. But you know, really, it's a kind of known as a social taboo because people don't talk about their salaries, they don't talk about debt. And they don't talk about that with coworkers, family, friends, or their significant other, their partner. So
Right.
that's a great place to start, is just the fact that what your salaries are and what kind of debt that you have, because nowadays too, couples are entering relationships with lots of debt that they're already strapped with from student loans, car loans, what have you. And so that's a great place to start, is right now. So this weekend.
This weekend. Okay. You know, it can be a little bit of an embarrassing conversation, don't you think so? Because not everybody is as savvy with money as you are, right?
Well, it can be embarrassing because one partner may not earn as much as the other partner,
Right.
and maybe feel embarrassed because of that. And again, also, one partner may have come into the relationship strapped with a lot of debt, whereas the other partner was maybe a little more savvy, as you said,
Yeah.
and didn't have debt. So one might feel a little more inferior than the other.
But that's where the love and the romance comes into play, because then you think, you know what, maybe I can help you if I'm better with my finances. So do you have any tips or ideas on where to go from here when you do find out that maybe you're not on the same page?
Well, a great place to start is understanding where your base point is, what the salaries are, because in order to establish a budget, you've got to know what your starting point is.
Right.
And you would be surprised to know that 43% of spouses don't know what their other spouse earns. So how do you start a financial plan? How do you build a budget if you don't even know what your income, what your revenue is?
Oh my goodness.
And in fact, 10% of spouses estimated by $25,000 or more, that's how much they were off on what their spouse earned.
wow.
So they basically had no clue where they were starting at.
So honesty is key, and you got to be honest about money in order for you to take the next step in your relationship.
Absolutely. Honesty is a great place to start.
Yeah.
You know, have that conversation. Savings is a key because, you know, a lot of people too don't understand that having a strong savings account, it's a crucial part to any solid financial plan.
That's true.
And most couples also don't know how much they should be saving. You know, what's it going to take to save in order to get them to the financial lifestyle that they want to have in retirement?
All right, Brian, thank you so much for being here. I always love talking to you, and the delicate subject that you make it into kind of a fun one, too.
My pleasure. Thank you.